Yo, what is up, NFL fans? Doing a little video for the Super Bowl 56 coming up Sunday, February 13th. Now, I just made another video about how sports are rigged, and it's a beginners to the rigging of NFL, a very beginner what's the word? Entry level. There we go. Entry level beginner's video to the NFL being rigged. And I want to touch on that in this video, just on how the patterns repeat themselves. And so we're approaching a Super Bowl right now. There's a lot of gambling on the line. Most people probably will want to know who to bet for. And I also would like to know who you guys would think is going to win after I give you this information. So let's start with the Detroit Lions. with the Rams and Matt Stafford. All right? Let's just do a very, very easy to process walkthrough of how history repeated itself. All right? Stafford, biggest free agent quarterback, leaves his team that he was with his whole career, joins another team, the Rams. They then pick up star wide receiver Odell Beckham. Okay? Now, when it came to the regular season, the Niners had their number. They got a division opponent, the 49ers, they lost to twice, including the last game of the season that they could have knocked them out of the playoffs entirely, but they didn't. All right? So when you play back the duplicate of last year, you'll see a lot of parallels with Tom Brady. Spent his whole team with one career, moves to a new team, acquires star receiver Antonio Brown, gets swept by the Saints, divisional opponent, in the regular season, only to beat them in the playoffs. And you know where the next one's going, to host the Super Bowl. It's exactly what Stafford and the Rams are doing. They're hosting the Super Bowl. So everyone's freaking out like, oh, it's a repeat. It's got to be this. It's got to be that. But that's where the next thing comes into play. And so this next thing, you might need to grab your phone, or grab whatever you're searching on the internet so you could look this stuff up so you could verify and see if I'm full of shit or not. But when it comes to Joe Burrow, there's a lot of stuff that's been going on in his career that a lot of people wouldn't really pay attention to because the media doesn't always put it out there. All right? So I'm going to take it back to 2020. Joe Burrow wins the Heisman Trophy and the national championship in the same season. All right? For the LSU Tigers, defeating the Clemson Tigers in New Orleans. Now, I want you all to look up Billy Cannon. And thank you to Zach Hubbard, who is the person that exposed this information to me. I was unaware. And so, Billy Cannon, he is a LSU halfback. He also won the Heisman Trophy. In addition to winning the Heisman Trophy, he won the national championship in the same season, defeating the Clemson Tigers in the city of New Orleans in 1959, an exact mirror duplicate of Joe Burrow's success. Okay? But it gets a little deeper than that. He goes on to get drafted by the Rams and then was traded to the Houston Oilers. Then he was traded to Oakland, then Kansas City. He had 4 teams that he was affiliated with in the NFL. This is where it gets a little crazy. The day that Joe Burrow transferred from Ohio State to LSU was May 20th, 2018. It also was the same day that Billy Cannon died. Okay? Now that year, obviously I said it, Joe Burrow, he goes on to duplicate everything Billy Cannon did. Wins the Heisman, the national championship, defeating Clemson Tigers in New Orleans in 2020. So he was injured his first season, Joe Burrow. But if you look back at this past season, it's not a coincidence. Okay? These types of coincidences don't happen. there is some sort of orchestrating, there's some sort of collaborating that goes on to make something like this happen. So despite what I told you about his college success, I mean, that's a mere duplicate. There's no way that could carry into the playoffs, right? Well, it is, because the 3 teams Joe Burrow has defeated in this playoff are 3 of the 4 teams Billy Cannon played for. All right? Houston Oilers, who are now the Titans, Oakland Raiders, now the Vegas Raiders, and Kansas City. Joe Burrow, 3-0 versus those teams. He's now going on to play the Rams, which is the team that drafted Billy Cannon. Okay? So a lot of people are trying to figure out which way it's going to go. But it's also, I forgot to add this too, February was the beginning of the year of the Tiger. So I want y'all to leave a comment who you think's going to win based on my explanation. There's a lot of mystery right now. If I told you who I bet on and you follow my bet, I can't be responsible if it's wrong because I don't know. I'm strongly speculating based on all these things. But I do think that Joe Burrow will win. I bet that he will be the MVP. I think that it's just too set up with Brady's retirement and Burrow's emergence for me to look past it. And I also think that Stafford getting to the Super Bowl is a huge accomplishment. I don't see the home team winning back-to-back Super Bowls. And I'm also going against the spread. It says, or I'm sorry, the money line, the Rams are favored. You know what I'm trying to say. So I'm betting against the favorite. That is where I stand on it. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And if you watched the video up to this point, I really appreciate it. I'm going to be posting a lot more content on this channel. Thank you so much for your support. And let's see what happens next.